What's up, everybody? It's Monday. Oh my God, did you hit the like button? Oh my God, like button. That song was all about hitting the like button. Moistly hitting the like button, everybody. Slap it, wiggle it, touch it, do that thing. Okay, who cares about the like button? We've talked about it enough. It's the worst thing ever. Okay, moving on. First things first. If you're on Replay Team 6, shout out in the comments, man. You know? You got to shout out in the comments. If you're on Replay Team 6, represent, post your badge, let us know that you are in Replay Team 6. If you don't tell us that you're in Replay Team 6, I will break this camera, okay? This little action camera right here, I will break it. Mainly because it's already broken, right? We don't waste not broken things. We break them further. You know what I'm talking about. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. We break things that are already broken, like this camera right here. I was filming some fish in eastern Washington for you guys, and the agua got inside, okay? It was my fault. I did the real stupid thing. I forgot the door to the side here, and I crafted a door out of some wood that I whittled, like a little tiny piece of wood, and then I put tape over it, and then I put it inside another case. And it was working great for a little while, but I pushed it, you guys. I pushed it to the limit. I was like those Eagles guys. I was like the Eagles. They would be all like, "Ooh, take it to the limit, down to the street." How does that song go? I don't know how that song goes. I just made it up. Anyhow, it's Monday, October 10th, 2022. Replay Team 6, we already shouted them out. Shout out to Rebecca Lowry for gifting 5 memberships. Holy crap, that's intense. Which means right out the gate here, we got to talk about memberships. What do memberships do? We don't really know what they do. They help fund this channel and me making YouTube videos and projects and making content for you guys. As you guys know, I work a full-time job. I work all week, and I generally work on the weekends. I have a kid. I have a spouse. I have a house. I have all of these responsibilities, and I also have a YouTube channel. I've been working on videos for the YouTube channel, but then again, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where you go, how much time do I have to really edit a video and put together videos and stuff? It ends up being not a lot by the end of the week. So memberships get us closer to freeing time. Freeing up time to work on YouTube content, which ultimately is the most valuable commodity at this point, is figuring out where the time can come from. And it really has to be one of those things where you go like, if this is a job, I got to work on this job when I can afford to work on this job because it makes enough money, right? It's just pragmatic. I'm in my 40s now, so I didn't sell out. I bought in, right? I'm the old guy now with the gray in my beard. I got gray in my beard. I'm old. I'm crusty. I'm an old crusty guy with a kid. You know, I'm an old crusty bro. I'm an old crusty bro with a kid. It's what's up now. You know what I mean? So I gotta remember to take those people first. They're important first, and so I gotta do jobs that make money and help keep them from becoming homeless. You know what I'm saying? I can't let Vicky and Olivia become homeless. I don't know why I turned around. Olivia's not here. Vicky she's over there. She's working on her computer. She's doing her work on her computer. I think she has meetings or something. I don't know what she does. It's confusing. It's all ones and zeros as far as I'm concerned. It's all computer nonsense. But yeah, if you're confused on how to join because you have an iPhone, I pinned the join button. I pinned it up there on the top so that iPhone users would know how to access it. Because as big as YouTube is gigantic. They can't figure out how to put the join button for iPhone users. So it is what it is. If you're fancy with your iPhone, I don't do that. I don't do that. My texts come up. What color do my texts come up if I use an Android? Is it blue? What color do my text appear if I have an Android? Green. My text show up green? Oh, that's dope. That's so much better. My text show up green, bros. There we go. Mine show up green, which is better, I think. My opinion. I like it when my texts show up to you guys green. I like the color green better than I do blue. I like green things, bros. Oh my god, we got another gifted membership. I almost said gifted sub. Gifted subscription. Gifted subs. It's a gifted membership from Rumbust. Thank you, my guy. As you can see, people have badges on them because they've been around here a long time. If you are a member or a Patreonizer on Patreon, you can come into our Discord. You get access to our Discord. We chat in there about all sorts of stuff. I like to do my live chats in the Discord for members and stuff. I can pop in there right now. Let's see if anybody's around. I don't hear anybody. Well, we'll see if somebody shows up to chat with us. We can chat like we're on a fancy telephone. Have you ever experienced a telephone call before? But it's a more fun version of that. I almost read your name completely wrong. Turing's Enigma. As we know, the Enigma machine from Alan Turing. And I almost read it as Turding's Enigma. And I just have to let you guys know. That almost came out of my mouth. I almost said Turding's Enigma, right? And I almost said it. Guys. I almost said it to you. Turding's Enigma. I almost said that. But it's Turing's Enigma, as in Alan Turing, the genius, very genius historical character who ended up tragically being ostracized by not all of society, but a big portion of society that was in power, which is another. That's one of the billions of examples that I have of going. That people go like, "Why are you a progressive?" I go like, "Well, Alan Turing's a perfect example. One of the most genius people in history. That essentially, maybe not single-handedly, but as far as that term goes, almost single-handedly ended World War II by deciphering the German messages and movements and whatnot. But their question was, hello, sir, longtime watcher and enjoyer of your live stream. Question is that Andy Reid on your mic? It is not, but I do appreciate me some Andy Reid, 100%. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs and their football success. My gosh, they're doing amazingly. Andy Reid has put together quite the system there, and also I love the mustache commercial. And I can say it's the one part of watching football that Olivia enjoyed yesterday, was Andy Reid drawing mustaches on people. This right here is Wilford Brimley himself, which Andy Reid is almost, I wouldn't say he's a carbon copy. He's more of like a papier-mâché copy. He's like a papier-mâché copy of Wilford Brimley, who is an actor famously known for being in stuff like movies and TV shows. You could go watch Cocoon. That's a perfect example of Wilford Brimley acting in a movie. Now, he used to have these commercials about Quaker Oats. I don't know if you guys remember these commercials. I wonder if I can play it. It's not like, let's see, Wilford Brimley. How do you spell his name? Is that right? Diabetes commercial Quaker Oats. Let's find this. We'll ruin our monetization for the day. That's fine. I don't care. It's worth it. It's worth it for Wilford Brimley commercial. Hold on. I gotta put this in as a source. You know what I mean? But where's that button now? It's a button. It's a button, bros. Here it is. How do we get that one? I want that one. No, that's the wrong one. Not that one. Scene, image, video. What the deuce? They changed it. Oh my god, they changed it again. Oh, what did they do? Where's the button now? There it is. It's over here. They moved it over here. Okay, what are you going to do? No, I think it's this one. No. There it is. Let's make sure that this is the correct size. Is it even working? It's just made a box. Turn it on. Hey. Why is it not working? We got no sound.
At pennies either. Today, some folks.
Why is that not working? It should be working. I don't know. Let's go ahead and delete this window. Maybe we'll open this window. Ha ha ha! There we go. Okay, we're back in it. We're back in it, baby. Alt? Do I need to click the Alt button to make it the right size? Oh, I'll leave the. Okay, here we go. Hold on. This is the commercial. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
You know, when I was a kid and got a hold of a nickel, I thought I was rich. I didn't turn up my nose at pennies either. Today, some folks won't even bend to pick them up. Well, here's a bowl of steaming Quaker oatmeal. And I can't think of a healthier way to start the day. Cost you 1 nickel and 4 pennies.
1 nickel and 4 pennies.
Nickels and pennies. Throw them in a jar. Start an oatmeal fund. Quaker Oats. It's the right thing to do.
Okay.
Not too expensive.
So that didn't say it was the diabetes. That's is it this one? Let's see what we got.
Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye,
was
Grandpa.
much
Wish
better
me luck
audio
on
on
my
this one.
test.
Good luck.
I wish I could take that test.
Where is it?
And hot Quaker oatmeal and warm her up. You feel better?
Thanks, Dad.
Need to serve. It's the right thing to do.
Oh my God. Where's the diabetes? Man, I don't know where to find the diabetes clip. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. This might be it.
55, you have diabetes and you're on Medicare,
Yeah,
you may
there it
qualify
is.
for a free meter from Liberty Medical. If you have type 2 diabetes like I have, you're
Diabetes.
confronted with choices. You can choose to feel sorry for yourself. I hope you don't.
Yeah,
I
he's
hope you
always
choose to
saying
get
diabetes.
involved
And so that's the sticker on my microphone. Question answered, or question asked, question answered. There we go. There we go. We got it. Is the free meter? There it is. Liberty diabetes meter test to check for your type 2 diabetes. Which, by the way, I'm not making fun of diabetes. I think anybody that has diabetes, do your best to mitigate your diet, exercise, and see if you need to be on insulin or whatever you got to do. Like that's an intense disease, and I don't take it lightly. But I do take Wilford Brimley's diabetes. It got more and more pronounced as time went on, and there were a lot of parodies of it too. So yeah. Legion Aquatics, who's a brand new member, thanks to Rumbust gifting a membership. Look at that. Hey Corvus, I was listening to some old Real Fish Talk with you and Corey. I love those. I liked it better than just you or Corey doing a live stream. It was just great. Would you guys ever do those again? I've been over this like a million times, so I don't mind it answering it again. But Corey and I did. What did we do? 50 or 100 episodes? I forget. It was one of those numbers. 50 or 100 of them. I can't remember. One or the other. Whichever number we did, that was enough of a test to find out if it was viable to do those live streams. There you go. That would be the answer right there. So like imagine that every week you did a project with somebody and let's just throw some numbers out there. Let's say that every week you did a project with somebody. Let's just say that you did a project with somebody every week, and every week that you did it, let's say you lost $500 and you made $300. So let's say that like every week you lost $200 doing a project with somebody. Eventually you would go like, this isn't worth doing a public project like this. Like if I was going to lose $20 or $200 a week, I would rather just do something that was fun for $200, right? Yeah, that's pretty much where I would put it. It's just, that's what happened. Those aren't the exact numbers, right? Like, I don't know what the exact numbers are. We'd have to go dig them up. But Corey's time, my time, and Jimmy's time was what was being used to do the real fish talk. So add up whatever that is and how many hours it was, and then how much money we were making from doing the live stream, right? And then go, well, my time, Corey's time, and Jimmy's time doing something else. How well would that work out to like do some other stuff? And that's really what it boils down to, is that like we were just spending a lot of money to do the real fish talk, essentially, and time, right? Because it was time that we weren't like working on a project. We weren't building something or maintaining a tank or collecting fish or whatever. Like we just were kind of Jack John with people, and it didn't really amount to a whole lot. And obviously, I talked about it earlier in the show here. Like, if something's financially viable to do, then like it's you can definitely do it. You can make time to like do that, because we all have to work in some way, right? We all have like some function that we have to provide in order to pay for our bills. We live in a capitalist society, and that's how our society is built, you know? So if you don't have some way to pay the bills, you're just not going to make it. So we had 77 members, 2 left, but we had 5 new members. So we go to 78, we go to 79, we go to 80. Let's go to 82, right? That's how we do that math. And then we go to 83 because Rumbus added one in. So there we go. We're up to 83 members. If we get to 500 members, I have long ago promised if we get to 500 members, I will do the moist tattoo. It's a long-standing joke around here to put moist. The word moist freaks out a lot of people, so we put moist on everything. So, yeah, we put the word moist on everything. That's how we roll around here. I even made a big batch of moist stickers. I don't know where they are now. I put them on a lot of stuff, and then I even put one on Vicky's cell phone. And then, I don't know where they are now, but there are moist stickers around. I find them every once in a while, and then I stick them on stuff. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. Stickers, right? It's a big deal. Let's scroll back in the chat here a little bit. Okay, we're going to have to scroll back in the chat in just a second. Just a second. Yeah. Dolbeck Aqua Designs, but in today's live stream ecosystem, it could be viable again. That's possible. And I definitely appreciate that comment. That is true. It's possible that in this day and age, we could probably relaunch something and try it again. Yeah, I think that would. It might be viable in this day and age. I don't know. We might relaunch it, but it would take like a really big leap of faith to do it, and we would probably end up doing it like on my channel or something like that. Yeah. So who knows? Once I get my studio built here, I'll invite Corey over and we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll do a live stream here. That's the plan, is to get the new studio built. Because right now I'm in I'm in Olivia's playroom. This is essentially. Olivia's playroom is that way. The other half of this room, it's quite a large room. It's like a big living. It's like we have an extra living room here, and you can see like Olivia's calendar is back here, and that's her oven. That's Olivia's like play oven is back there and stuff. So as soon as I get done building the studio over that way, the other direction, I'm going to be moving over there. Get all this stuff out of here, so I don't have cameras and stuff hanging around and wires and things everywhere for Olivia to mess with. But yeah, so long term we could consider that, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe we do the first episode and we get 10 million bajillion septillion views We just get this like, and it's like, oh wow, we should probably start doing it again, you know. But who knows? Silver Creek Aquatics says, "Oh, dude, don't put moist as a tattoo. I thought, though, that would be a cool story when you're old AF." I will tell you something. When I'm old AF, people will be asking me about all sorts of my tattoos. The only tattoo you guys ever see is my arm bees. So my arm has bees on it, and I have lots and lots of other tattoos. Some of them, people go, "What the hell? You tattooed that on yourself?" And I go, "I didn't tattoo it on myself. Somebody else tattooed it on me." I have a dartboard tattooed on me. I have lots of weird tattoos. I have lots of eclectic, strange tattoos garnered over the years, right? You guys just don't ever get to see them because I wear clothes while I'm on here. and pants and stuff. Yeah. So I don't care. People are probably going to question my tattoos regardless. So, you know, it's fun to have like a goal where you could do a tattoo for a YouTube channel, right? But obviously it's got to be worthwhile. There's got to be some kind of goal. And we picked 500. I could have picked 1,000. I could have picked 1,000 members, but 500 sound like we might actually be able to do that. So it might actually happen, which I think would be funnier than it not happening. Pete Berlinski, Aquarium Plant Man, what's up, dude? Says, I'm going to my first aquarium expo in Australia this coming weekend, flying in from another state. Oh, so you have to fly. Well, obviously, Australia. You got to fly to the other part to go to it. That sounds like that'll be fun. Stephen P was here. He was at Fishtober. Fishtober, is that what it's called? Down in Portland this last weekend. You got a free one for letting that artist actually tattoo my nipple. Yeah. You know what's weird is I have like tattoos in a lot of places that people said were painful that I didn't like, but my back was what was the worst for me. I don't know about you guys, but there was definitely a lot of time where the tattoo on your back and you're like, that's fine, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden they like hit a nerve and feels like you're being stabbed to death. I don't like that. Hold on. Yeah. I can't show you guys because YouTube will kick me off. YouTube will kick me off if I show you. I'll get booted. I'll get booted from YouTube if I show you this tattoo. They'll be like, "Oh my God, ban him forever," which is fine. Hold on, let me find. Wow, that is like okay, hold on. This will take a second. I found the stamp. Hold on, let me see. This looks like so gross. Let's open original. We have to open original in order to get it. Save image as. Close this. Okay, save. Close. And then we push a button over here. And then we push a button over here. And I'm telling you, I have no idea where the buttons are now. They, like I said, they moved them around. And we got to insert a image file. There it is. That's the new one. Oh my gosh. Did it not save it? I bet you it saved it at the bottom. It does this sometimes. It gets saved to the bottom. No, it didn't save it at all. What is this garbage? Save image as 4C525. What the it's got the most insane number title on it. I should have saved it as something else. But I was blasting pop-ups, you know what I mean? I was like, get out of here, pop-up window stuff. Where is it? 4C525, is that what I said? 4C525. Scoobly-doodly-doot. Can I open it? There. I have this tattooed on me somewhere. This is the This is the worst image I could find. Sorry, this is the best image I could find, and it's the worst. It's the worst. It's a drag, but I have this tattooed on me somewhere. I'm not gonna tell you where. Let's remove that. Let's remove that. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I have that tattooed on me somewhere. Oh man, we've got some wacky tattoos here. Oh my gosh. They showed up in the search for that. Oh my god, people have been copying my tattoo. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I really think it's just parallel thought more than anything. Although I could claim I was the first and then just like banhammer him or something, right? Yeah. The nip tat felt like the most violent tickle you could ever think of. Oh my god, that's the worst. Fish art at the convention, please, Victor. Ooh, that is a good input. Actually, yeah, it would be good to see art. I believe like Aquashella does art at it, or maybe they used to and they don't anymore or something. I don't know. I haven't been to Aquashella. Oh, Rebecca, there are such things as a new idea. We talked about him earlier, Alan Turing. He had new ideas. Okay, so out of our early comments, we had Aubrey said maybe representatives from zoos, aquariums, and colleges doing outreach for courses and careers in the hobby. That actually is a void I have definitely seen at conventions. Like, there should be somebody there who's like, oh, I'm a rep from a college or some kind of program that you could get into career-wise, sort of like ichthyology, marine biology, that kind of stuff. Like, that would actually be really good to see at some conventions, and or have some of the actual graduates from those programs come in and sort of attest and or maybe just mention like, here's what I do as a career now. Certainly, it's a possibility to make money, blah, 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 Scooby-Doo, all that kind of stuff. Obviously put some polish on it and things like that, so that it looks better, as a presentation instead of me just making stuff up off the top of my head. But, yeah, that actually would be very interesting to be like, well, over at UW they have this program, or BYU they have this program, or Florida State, or what, I don't know, whatever. There's a million colleges, right? But it would be cool to see some kind of representative of, collegiate type groups or something like that, to be like, there are programs here, there are programs there, kind of thing where people could actually have a conversation versus trying to like read a goofy pamphlet and try and figure out what's going on. And maybe there is somebody, maybe there's some kind of representative, maybe from NOAA or something like that. If you guys don't know what NOAA is, it's like the water version of NASA. If you guys always wondering, what does NOAA do? They do like water NASA. It's like this. It's like that. And they're like the water version of NASA, if you were wondering, like, what the heck. But fish art at the convention actually would be really nice to see, like, more book vendors and stuff like that. I've definitely seen at some small conventions, I've seen people like selling old fish books, selling old periodicals and stuff like that they've collected. I remember one convention I went to in, was it Minnesota or Michigan or Kentucky or Illinois or something? I don't know what convention it was now that I start to think about it. But there was somebody there that had just a library of old fish books and stuff for sale, and that was really nice to, at the very least, like, leaf through, find a couple of books that you're really like, ooh, wow, that looks interesting. Read the read the book. You're probably gonna take it to your local fish club, like spread some of that around. That would be really good. That would be amazing to see. Let me scroll back to the top. Rebecca says, having yet to attend a fish convention, I don't know. The vids I view are more about the escaping contests and vendor booths rather than panel content, so it's kind of hard to say. Yeah, that's one of the big differences between European conventions and American conventions that I have noticed. The American conventions, almost always the panel is like you have to buy an extra ticket to go see a speaking event, which I find to be sort of atrocious, realistically, for multiple reasons. Like, first reason is it feels like an extra cash grab. It feels that way. It might be untrue. The complaints are like, well, we have to get a banquet room and we have to have seats for everybody, so we have to pay for that. Like, okay, word. Understandable. But, like, in the European ones, they just have open area in the convention dedicated to doing the panels, right? So they have seating and then standing room behind it. So, like, if you get there early or if somebody's willing, like maybe you have problems standing for long periods of time, you could ask somebody like, hey, can I get a seat from you? But if you get there early, you have a seat and or stand and be around and be able to see the speakers and be there. And then if you're not interested, you just go on to wander over there, right? I found that to be better in my opinion. I found that European vibe of like, we have these speaking events. This is what time they're at. They're all at the same place. They're out in the open. I found that to be like much more inviting than, hey guys, everybody leave the convention and go over to this banquet room, file in there. We probably don't have the air figured out in there yet because they don't have the AC or the heat turned on yet. We'll see if the system can catch up to like suddenly 400 people piling into a room. And that's the thing is like, not only have I been to a lot of fish conventions, I've been to a lot of comic conventions. I've been to a lot of sci-fi conventions. I've been to a lot of what other kind of conventions? Political conventions. I've been to a bunch of I've been to like rock climbing and mountaineering, skiing conventions, like skiing and snowboarding. And that's one of the things that I always found was really annoying to me, was when you have a guest speaker and that's one of the reasons to buy a ticket to the convention. Like a perfect example would be when I was 22, I went to go see, how old was I? Glenn Miller. Oh, no, what's his name? It's not Glenn Miller. Warren Miller. So I went to see Warren Miller's movie. And then there was a small convention with like a bunch of the ski companies and stuff. They had all that. And then they had like a food area, and then they had an open area, and there were some famous people there, like Glenn Plake was there and a couple other people. And I had been to that a bunch of times. I'd been there a bunch of times. I'd gone to it year after year. It's one of my favorite things to go to growing up. You go there, you get to see this like amazing film documentary of what's going on in the skiing world this year. Or last year, you get to see this cutting edge movie. Warren Miller makes these amazing documentaries. He's like 1,000 years old. He probably died. Is he still around? Let's see. Oh my God, he's still alive. Warren Miller is still alive. Oh, his spouse passed away. That's a bummer. Yeah, he's. Oh no, he died. Okay, no, okay, he passed away in 2018. Okay, I was like, wow, is he actually still alive? That's crazy. Um, yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I thought he had passed away. He would be like 100 now. Anyhow, so when I'd gone when I was younger, there was a meet and greet, and then there would be like a speaking time, and then there was a meet and greet and a speaking time. So like people that were in the film, so like famous skiers and snowboarders that were in the film would come out. They would talk for like 15 minutes about, making the film, what was going on, all that kind of stuff. And they'd be like there, and there's just like this sea of people kind of being there. And then later on in life, then they separated it, and you had to like buy a VIP ticket. And it really felt to me like it was a huge bummer, because when you would go see it, it would cost like $60 or $50 or something like that to go. So it wasn't like even just a regular movie ticket. It was pretty expensive, right? So you'd go, and it was a lot of fun, and it was fantastic. And then it really kind of lost that. It lost that polish to me when it was like, well, the meet is over there, where the speaking event is over there, and it's like, well, why is it in the other room over there? And it's like, oh, we have to have this additional ticket. I never really liked that personally. I feel like if you paid, you should have admission. And maybe if you need to have it in another area, it's sort of first come, first serve. People line up. When you get to the capacity of the room, like, sorry, nobody else can go in. Although, if people decide that they're leaving, maybe you could let other people in. I don't know how to do it. But, like, I went to Emerald City Comic-Con before the pandemic, so probably 2017 or something like that. Who's the guy that Men in Black alien guy? Who's the sugar alien guy? What was his name? Vincent D'Onofrio. That guy. He's a pretty famous actor. And he did this like hour-long speaking engagement. You didn't need an extra ticket. You didn't need anything weird. You just had to go over to the area like this is happening now. So if you want to go over there, you could go see it. So I don't know. That's something that's something that's a big gripe to me. I've gone to a bunch of fish conventions, and then it's like there'll be a speaking, somebody will be there speaking, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go check that out. And it's like, oh, you need an extra ticket. You had to pre-buy a ticket before you could even go, and you had to like spend money before you even like got to go even have an opportunity. So I'd be like there, and then go like, oh, I didn't research ahead of time, so I don't get to go hear what XYZ person has to say about whatever it is they're there to speak about. Rebecca Lowry says Norwestcon runs on the first come first serve model. I've been to Norwestcon a bunch of times. I actually been there lots and lots of times. I've had lots of strange stories from having gone to Norwestcon. I guess I'm spoiled because the conventions I go to are about the panels, not the vendors. Yeah, and I think that's a big difference. It's a big difference. I think stateside, a lot more of it has to do around vendors. Yeah. As far as personal interests go, conservancy through captive breeding of rare species, small to medium scale aquaponics, or urban or tiny small house footprints, and maybe something on psych benefits. Which is actually everything I'm working on right now. So as far as like my YouTube content goes, that's basically what I'm working on right now. Rebecca did a breakdown accidentally in this comment early on. Yeah, that's all pretty much the stuff that I'm working on video-wise. The building of a fish room, the plumbing, the electrical, explaining those things, like why certain decisions have been made. That are going to feed into my urban, whatever you want to call it, greenhouse that will be an aquaponic system, which the layout for that is done. All I have to do is move a hot tub. I have to empty and move a hot tub, which is not going to be a big deal. Right now, the big deal is going to be taking down these extra trees we have on the property, which, believe it or not, that's coming up in, let me look at my calendar here, 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks, that'll be happening. So once those trees are down, then we start the project of milling the lumber. We start milling the lumber that weekend, whatever weekend that is. Halloween, it's like the Halloween weekend. Hopefully the guy with the portable sawmill or with the mill will be able to come up that weekend and we could do it then. Otherwise, we might have to push it out. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, the aquaponic, hydroponic side of like eating the fish, I don't lean into that super hard. To me, it's more aquaponic, hydroponics for growing plants and vegetables and all that kind of stuff that I think personally, well, obviously like protein and everything intake is like very important, but like our fish protein intake is probably pretty low. Our chicken protein is very high. I think we kind of lean into poultry a lot more here. We have chickens, so eggs are a plenty around here on a regular basis. So we do have a lot of egg protein. Hey, babe. We have a lot of egg protein around here. Let's see. I'm going to ask Vicky a question. She's going to come in here. She's coming in. You have to go further. Okay, there you are. Now she's looming in the background. Lurking. Loom.
Do you need
Now, do you have to go left or right?
thumbs up?
Oh, yeah. This character over here cut her finger off the mandolin last night. Not off. She cut the top, like, super deep. How many stitches? 5,000? Oh, two stitches. And you didn't get the glue?
No, they were going to glue it and then they didn't.
They're going to glue it and they said, screw it.
Yeah.
So I was bringing you in here because we eat a lot of chicken protein.
Yes.
And how many eggs a week are we at now, on average? A dozen?
That we eat or that the chickens produce?
That they produce.
Well, so they're past their peak producing season for the year.
Well, yeah, they're down. They slow down now.
Yeah, but it was, about a dozen a week.
It's like a dozen a week now, right?
No.
Or maybe it slows down.
Half a dozen a week.
Oh, 6 now, something like that. We got to get more chickens. We need to get more young egg layers.
Yes, probably.
Well, we have actually the
6.
the gray ones.
The 8 should be still in range.
4. 4 are for sure.
We only have 3 gray ones.
Well, we only have 3 gray ones now. Oh, yeah.
5 and we lost 2.
That's right. 2 were miraculously murdered by who knows what. Gravity? I think gravity.
I mean, they look like they had broken necks.
Yeah, they look like they bonked. So we have 3 for sure that produce. Then how many Dominiques do we have? 3?
Mm-hmm.
So they're still laying probably, but at a slower rate, I'm sure.
And the Buff Orpingtons are just...
The Buff Orpingtons are just freeloaders now.
Yeah.
So take them out and hold them up and see if we can get a bald eagle to come down and swoop it out for a video. I was just out here holding my chicken above my head near these eagles. These bald eagles. He just attacked my chicken. No?
I mean, we could probably just set him to free range in the neighborhood and a coyote would get him.
Okay, well, a coyote would get him
I feel like
fast.
That's mean for a chicken that gave us eggs for like at least 5 years.
Well, yeah, we're keeping them. We're not actually going to do that. That would be
Okay,
nonsense.
just checking.
That would be stupid. If we were going to free range him, we'd take him down to the property.
Probably.
Nothing could get him there now. There's so much cover.
Oh yeah.
There's so
they
much
hide in the
cover.
long grass
They hide in the long grass for 9,000 years. No one would ever find him until we came to mow. All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
Okay.
Need another big thumbs up?
The mandolin strikes again. The mandolin strikes one more time.
Negative 10 out of 10. Do not recommend.
They can't hear you now. You're too far away.
Oh.
You got to get in like Olivia does.
Oh. Yeah, I don't want to eat the microphone though like she does. I said negative 10 out of 10. Do not recommend cutting your finger with a mandolin.
It's a huge bummer, bros. I'm telling you. But I was gonna say Vicky can probably understand, like, to this much of a degree, what it feels like to cut your thumb off.
Yeah. No dice.
Do I get any sympathy now
What?
for having cut my thumb off?
Well, you did that with a chop saw.
Yeah, I did with a saw.
And I did have sympathy for you until I found out you drove yourself to the urgent care.
Yeah, I drove myself there because I'm a bro.
Lucky you didn't die.
I'm lucky I didn't die. Why?
Just if you'd gone into shock.
I did. I was fine.
No dice.
I can handle it.
No dice.
I got power. I didn't even poop my pants or nothing. I didn't even poop pants.
Yeah, but you lose points when you stress your wife out.
Points. I don't know. I never had points. You can't take away from 0. I guess you could get negative, right?
I guess you could.
Yeah, my lady back there, she was getting dangerous with the mandolin, slicing some carrots, which I can tell you from experience, people will cut their fingers with that mandolin. I'm telling you, it is crazy. Hey, so earlier today I mentioned this broken action camera. Okay, this is a Osmo Action by DJI. I am not sponsored by DJI. Although I would probably appreciate their sponsorship, but every time I get a phone call from them, it's in Chinese, so I don't know what they're saying. I think it's Chinese. I'm not sure. I'm just joking. But this camera broke after many years of service. A few years, 3 years, maybe 4 years of service. They work fantastically well. I can recommend this camera. The reason I bring it up is that they have recently released the newer version, and if you are a fish person and you want to make TikToks, you want to make YouTube videos, you want to make whatever, you want to just document your fish journey for yourself and you want to watch it later, I 100% recommend getting this little camera. I've tested it out so far over the last week and a half. This is the link to the Amazon post for it. Go buy it if you want. We get a kickback if you buy it through the Amazon link. You don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. Anyhow, the camera is fantastic. It works really, really well at $439. You compare that to the GoPro. So at $439, it comes with 3 batteries, a battery charger, a selfie stick, a cage, extra clips, a mount, cords, cables, extra screws, a whole bunch of stuff. Whereas the GoPro is $400 and comes with none of that stuff. So I feel like it's a much better deal. The app works better than the GoPro app, in my opinion. Technically, the GoPro has slightly better footage. You would never know that unless you are a weird creep looking at them side by side in your video editing programs that most of people watching this channel probably don't even have, right? You probably don't even have those editing programs to see it side by side and find out how good it is. But this camera is waterproof with the doors closed. Waterproof. You can film underwater. You can film around stuff. Oh my God, we got a troll. Bye-bye. Okay. We had to ban somebody, guys. Chat 69. We had to ban Chat 69. You know how it is. We had to ban Chat 69. But you know how it goes. When Chat 69 shows up, you got to ban him. It's just how it goes. And then I got to refresh my chat. Oh my God, it's even in the. Oh my God. Do I have to like remove it completely? I have to sit here and like remove. Oh my God, I got to refresh my chat. Okay, well, either way, Chat 69 is in the chat. If you're super mad about that, I don't know. I have to refresh it, and people just going to have to, like, chat more to make it move up the screen. So chat hard. Gift memberships, then. You know how it is. Eric Wyrock's here. Says, "What's up, dude? What's up, man? What's going on?" Rumbus, am I calling you a weird dude with a video editing program? Yes. You're not a weird dude because you have an editing program. You're a weird dude, period, who also has an editing program. But you'd have to do that in order to see the difference between GoPro's footage and the DJI Osmo Actions footage. That is the only time you would ever be like, well, that one's a little bit better. You would never really know it. Why do they even allow people to spam the same stuff over and over? I have no idea. I have no idea why Well, the thing is, I don't have slow mode turned on. You can have slow mode turned on, and it would eliminate that into one chat message. But the reality is we have to gift more memberships. We have to gift more memberships to get more engagement on this channel. And then eventually YouTube will allow me to moderate with their more advanced tool system. That's basically how it goes. Through the gifting of memberships, some of my old videos have started like getting watched again. So I think that's literally like what YouTube wants people to do is do that. But I'm definitely not requiring anybody to do that. It's just funny to talk about it because then certain people get like super triggered by it, and then I think it's funny. Mike Kirkpatrick, MK Cichlid says, I heard even the organs are black, but I'm not sure how true that is, nor will I be finding out. Oh, those what are the black chickens called? Because I think you were trying to write, yeah, the Aman Semani. I don't know. I think that their meat is black. I think their eggs are black. I think. Are their eggs black? Yeah, their internal organs are black too. Everything on it. These chickens are wild. Oh, hold on. I'll show you guys. Add source. Find the button again. I should be getting better at finding the button. But I'm a guy. So as soon as I found the button once, I'm not going to find it again for a while. Just kind of how that goes. This one. Right here. Let's make the screen the right size. Let's shrink it. Let's make it bigger. There we go. I make fart noises with my mouth. Yeah, these chickens right here, they are buck wild. They're all black. They got black face, black eyes, black tongue, black beak, black eggs, black feathers. Their feet are black. Their meat is black. They're all black. I mean, if you're goth, this is what you want. This is what you want. If you're goth and you're into goth stuff, like these are the chickens for you, dude. These are the most goth chickens around, dude. They're emo, they're goth, they're all that. They're all that and a bag of crisps. I've seen them twice alive. I've seen them twice alive, running around. They act exactly like other hens. So if you're expecting different behavior, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. They just do hen stuff, and that's it. I've seen them dead quite a few times, but only their feet. Like, I've never gotten the meat, but I worked at a restaurant. Okay, I worked for a catering company that would regularly have the black chicken feet as... oh, the eggs aren't black? I thought the eggs were black. Oh, maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. I thought that their eggs were black. Oh, maybe the eggs aren't black. I don't know. I've never seen them, like, poop out an egg, so I don't know. But the Americanas are the... Let's see. Americana? Is that how you spell it? Easter eggers. These guys. These guys are the ones that they put out. Their eggs are Easter egg colored. They're greenish and blue. And they look like this. If you don't have a picture on your website, what are you doing? What is this? You have a website with no pictures on it? And they know I'm visually stimulated by pictures. The Americanas, like their body shape is like a little bit different, and but their temperament is pretty chill. So like you could get them if you had kids and stuff. It wouldn't be a big deal. But they give out like Easter egg colors. They're Easter eggs. Their colors are Easter egg colored, like as if you dyed them. So they're pretty cool. But they're kind of small, and they don't lay eggs very often. I prefer the big brown eggs, and frequently. Oh, so the black eggs on the internet are supposedly dyed. Oh, okay. All right, well, I've learned something new every day. I guess maybe those are dyed, and those are a myth. Okay. But we got to find one of those chickens and see if it's pooping eggs, and we can find those eggs and see if they're black or not. Oh, Mickham is here. What's up, dude? What's up, Mickham? Coming all the way from Sweden. Isn't it the middle of the night where you're at? Oh, no, I guess it's only like 10:30 or something. So that's not bad. Wesley's here. Wesley was actually here. He hasn't been chatting. Lol, never seen a spam bot here. Yeah, I've banned them hard. I've banned the spam bots pretty hard. We don't even have any I haven't even seen any of our mods in the chat today. What is going on? What is up with that? We don't have any mods? Do I have to get some new mods? I might have to get some new mods. Oh, do you have some? Did you get some of them? Oh, okay. Sounds like Mike actually has some. So let's see what's up with these eggs when they come out. I expect a report. I expect like a third grade chicken report. You know what I mean? You got to get that that board, whatever that board is, and like, you know, all that. Joel, how many small Anubias do you know of? Got one from a friend. I don't know, a lot. I don't know how many do I know of. I know of quite a. There's a lot of them. They all have kind of like street names though, so you'd be like, oh, is it a chili? You know, so you know, most of them are some kind of variant on the Anubias nana. So as long as you go that route with the care, you'll generally be fine. Oh, you got a rooster and a hen? Actually, that's a good idea if you got two and you live in an area where you can have a rooster. I can't have a rooster where I live. There would be phone calls aplenty. There would be phone calls aplenty, and what do you call it? What do you call those officer would come by, the like compliance officer or whatever those dudes are, or ladies, non-binaries, whoever, those people, they would come by and be like, you got to get this rooster out of here. Though I am considering calling the compliance officer on my neighbor with these stupid little motorbikes he keeps building. I don't know. It's not even a conversation worth having face to face. But they keep these unmuffled little motorcycles they're building in their garage over there, and then they rip up and down the street, and they are so freaking loud because they have no muffler on them. It's just like an open two-stroke motor just blasting out. They rip them up and down the street here, and it's not good. It's not a good idea. They don't wear helmets. I saw a guy with flip-flops on yesterday. Flip-flops, no helmet. Definitely going faster than the speed limit on his little wide-open motor scooter. And in a very dangerous manner. And I was like, this is only going to lead to a bad outcome. Now, them doing it during the day doesn't really bother me, but they do it pretty regularly at like midnight. And it is extraordinarily loud during the day. To give you an idea how loud it was like 11:30 at night. I was listening to a YouTube video on my cell phone inside the house, and it was so loud I couldn't hear the phone that was right in front of me while like sitting on my couch chair, right? My Barca lounger, my old man. I pulled the full throttle. I was leaned back. I was leaned all the way back, old man style on my old man chair. Just fully lounged, reclined all the way. Watching a YouTube video on my phone about, I think it was about woodworking. I don't know if you guys do that. I'm an old guy now. I watch YouTube videos about woodworking. Oh man, look at that guy using that saw. He's sawing that wood over there. Oh my God, it's so good. Man, nobody's even checked in. Nobody's even, the phone lines are open on the Discord if anyone's calling in today. You better hurry up. Anyhow, but they were doing that, and it's just like, come on, man. It's like midnight, dude. Like, why are you doing that? You know? It's not good. But yeah, Mickham, just to follow up. Any of the small Anubias out there, if you, generally speaking, if you treat them the same conditions that you would treat a Anubias nana, you're generally going to be fine. It's probably going to grow well. It's probably going to do okay. Always remember with all Anubias, be slow with the change on the be slow with the change. Oh my God. What is this? Report. Pornography. Report. There we go. It's been reported. Anyhow, it's been reported. But somebody else spam. Can somebody else spam? Two's in chat. There. Anyhow, what was I talking about? Oh, the Anubias. Yeah. Most of the Anubias, if you treat it that way, it's going to be fine. Get some CO2, do that stuff. Do a slight change with location and lighting. You can do that kind of regularly to avoid algae being grown on it. If you're noticing that it is kind of getting burned by the light or whatnot, feel free to move it around, but be slow with changes to your water. If you're going to start to make like dramatic changes to your water, it's not great with like an Anubias heavy tank. Anubias is going to respond really slowly to your different water conditions. Like, let's say you start adding a whole bunch of fertilizer, blah, blah, blah. It's a pretty slow growing plant. And that said, it's going to respond pretty slowly to your water conditions changing. And, you know, if you go like, well, I'm adding more fertilizer now, and you go like, how long has it been? Well, like 2 weeks. And you're like, that's a very short time period for that plant to be doing anything, realistically. So be quick with moving it. Be slow with changing the water chemistry, essentially. And you'll see a lot more. You'll eventually see more positive outcome, I guess, would be the best way to put it. But to follow up on Mike Kirkpatrick, if you have a hen and a rooster and you can afford to do that, remember, those eggs are going to be fertilized so you can make more of those chickens. That's the important part. You get them grown up. That hen starts laying eggs. Those are going to be fertilized. You can have more of those chickens, or you can have an omelet. It's your choice. It's your choice. My chickens are not. There's no boys. They're not fertilized. So those eggs would go to waste if I didn't eat them. right, let's see here. Nice to see Vicky. It's always nice to see Vicky, for sure. Planet Aquatics was asking, are you still keep shrimp? I'm not currently keeping shrimp because of the move. Like, so the move to the new house, I don't have any tanks right now set up at home. But I will be keeping shrimp again when the tanks are set up. I think at least one tank will be dedicated to shrimp, and of course plants for sure, 100%. Although I haven't made up my mind on what I'm going to specifically be keeping, what kind of colony or whatnot. No meat, just feet. Hard to beat. A tasty treat. Yeah, that's right. The chicken feet. It should be a regular panel. Yeah. No. I do dual use breeds, Brahms and Langshans. Yeah, we don't do very much as far as like meat chickens go. Mainly just because we don't like the butchering process, because it works out to be like a lot more work than it's typically worth when, you know, we just buy bulk organic chicken from what's the farm we get it from? I don't know. It's a farm in Western Washington. I remember the name of it now, but you know, we buy bulk, so we normally buy like 30 pounds of chicken at a time, and then we break it all down and freeze it, and then we pull from there. So, you know, when it comes to like butchering chickens during the day, it's like, man, you got set up, you got a lot of cleanup, you got a lot of working parts to butcher like 6 chickens, and then, you know, you're really like, what's the turnaround on like 6 chickens? So yeah, that might be 30 pounds depending on them, but probably more like 20. Yeah. Having great growth of Bucephalandra and Anubias in a poorly lighted tank full of wood and branches. Only animals in there are amano shrimps and some juvenile apistos. Yeah, that actually sounds... That's like, if I was to describe what to do with an Anubias boost tank, there you go. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I mean, you don't want like a ton of fish to be contending with on a regular basis. You want kind of smaller nano fish that are a little bit easier to deal with. They're not going to pull up plants or bash into things and cause a mess. It's always good to have some shrimp in with Anubias and Boost, because while they will not clean the plants completely, they will help keep from detritus and things like that sitting on the plants to avoid, like unwanted algae growth and stuff like that. That's definitely going to be the way to go. Wesley's Fish Club says, hello, world. He must be talking about his baby. He's got a baby now. He's a dad. He's a young dad, though, so he's still got that virility to him of youth. He's a young man. He's a good man. That's a true fact. He got to meet his hero the other day. Yeah. With some soft water. Yeah, that's pretty good. Big birds that can go in the freezer, that can go to freezer camp and lay eggs. I don't get shrimp-only tanks. I like shrimp-only tanks mainly because I like shrimp. So, like, if you're not a huge fan of shrimp, you would be like, oh, this is kind of boring. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, the little shrimps cruising around in there doing their biz all the time, I always find that to be worthwhile to be just staring at them for a long period of time, because they're always kind of scooting around and doing stuff. And I find that to be nice. Dolbeck Aqua Design says the outer edge of the arm, like the underside plus near the elbow. Oof, the spasms. Yeah, I didn't find that to be like too outrageous for me. It didn't bother me. Right on. My tats are all covered as well. Oh, that's right. Yeah. The scene with him and Tom Cruise in the firm where Cruise is beating him with the briefcase. Someone yelled, yeah, someone yelled, "And I hate your oatmeal too," in the theater. That's intense. Will C says it was an insurance medical equipment commercial. That's right. How many more times are you going to say the word right today? From DKLA. 1,000. He says he puts the over at 60.5. Well, we don't do gambling around here. But you're free to like bet with your buddies on whatever you want. But I don't know. How many more times am I going to say it? Right? Right? 100 million? Bajillion? Probably? Yeah. I'm going to live forever. So, yeah. It'll be 100 billion. 100 billion times. Thank you for clearing up the sticker for me. I have stared many a time and pondered upon it. That's great. I like that. It's better than like you just look down here at this sticker and go like, what is going on? Let me get it closer. Can we? Yeah, we can focus. We can focus, right, folks? Let's see. Catherine Thomas says, I enjoyed the local aquarium club open house type thing last year, but I don't think I'm the target audience of a convention. Free entry was a big draw. The raffle was cool, but I didn't participate. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go to more local aquarium club stuff, hopefully, like, starting next year. It really kind of depends on the schedule, because, like, last weekend there was the Fishtober thing in Portland. And I was considering going down to that, but I had already scheduled some stuff for this weekend. That honestly was makeup stuff for missing things a different weekend, and it just really felt screwy to move that stuff, and be like, I'm going to a convention, guys, so I'll see you later, even if it is a small one. And I guess I could have brought Vicky and Olivia, but I don't really want... I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't necessarily want a bunch of people being familiarized with Olivia at her age right now. Like, I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels weird to take her places and then people be like, oh, what's your dad's YouTube channel? Like, I don't know. That just feels weird to me. Thoughts on 3D printing stuff for your aquarium? Seems like endless creative possibilities. I've actually had people 3D print some stuff for... some people made me some little suction cup stands. They 3D printed them with my name on them. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere. I'm a big fan of the 3D printing. Now, I don't think it's really to the quality now where you would say, oh, that looks like an extruded piece. I mean, it still looks fairly 3D printed. But that technology is coming along really quickly, and eventually you're probably not going to be able to see a dramatic difference in the 3D printed stuff. I'm all for it. I'm all for people being able to DIY, build their own stuff, and especially like there's been a gigantic barrier around any kind of plastic piece, right? Like just okay. So let's say like this mouse. Like let's say that this mouse right here, like let's say this bottom part broke. The mouse worked fine. The bottom part broke. Even if I like tried to go to Logitech, for instance, and say like, hey, I need this new bottom part, they'd be like, oh, we don't make that anymore. We don't have to buy a new one, right? And you'd be like, well, crap, I got this thing. It works fine. It just has a broken part. Like I just need the broken part to fix it. Even just from that standpoint of going like, we're going to reduce the amount of wasted nonsense out there because of that, because of the barrier of like, if I don't have this little plastic part, this whole thing is broken, right? I think even just from that standpoint is awesome. Like, that's amazing. And then from the standpoint of people being able to create new things, that is fantastic too. So I've stayed away from 3D printing because I know that it would become like my new obsession, right? It's like CNC machining. I'm considering getting one for wood, for a lot of wood projects I have coming up. I have a lot of wood projects coming up that I could really, really, really use a CNC. I'm trying to avoid getting one myself. I don't know, because realistically, I'm going to end up like getting way into it. So I'm going to get way into it. Next thing you know, I'm going to have a YouTube channel about woodworking, CNC programming and stuff, and or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's it's not necessarily where I want to go. I just want to be able to get the stuff on the CNC machine, get it done, and then do the parts I like to do. Snoochie Booch says, "Hey Corvus, hope you're doing well, man. Sorry I missed you this weekend. Couldn't make it over to Fishtoberfest. Glad to catch the live stream. I didn't make it to Fishtoberfest either, so you didn't miss me. I wasn't there. So don't feel sad about that. I wasn't there." I don't know that I was ever like formally invited. I think I may have gotten an email or somebody was watching a live stream and they said, "Yeah, you're invited," and I don't know. It felt weird. I don't know if I never really had anybody like reach out to be like, "We want you to be a part of Fishtoberfest," or whatever. I think they just they would be happy for me to come, I think was the vibe I got. So I don't know. I feel like I want to go to stuff where people are like, "We want you to come." You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's weird. Maybe it's weird to have that thought. I just feel like I'm at a point in my life right now where it's like, I don't know if I really want to go to things where people are like not really excited for me to be there, because honestly, I could just go hiking up in the mountain and then come back down and be like, well, that was that day and I really liked that day and that was cool and I got a picture of this bird and no one's going to care. I'm going to upload it to Instagram and no one's going to care. But I'm going to be like, wow, that was an amazing day as far as I'm concerned. I feel like there's a huge niche on YouTube mixing the 3D printing world with aquariums. I bet you there is. I really I would like to find somebody who does a lot of 3D printing to kind of collaborate with. I've yet to be able to find that locally. So will continue to be whatever it is, because there's definitely a lot of things that I could make for aquariums, and definitely aquascaping would definitely come in handy. But I don't know. I've yet to find somebody local who's like really doing it. I thought I had found a guy like 2 years ago that was really, really into it, and it seemed like we could probably work on some stuff, but then they just sort of faded away. I think they got into something else and just started doing that more. And so it was like, all right, well, whatever. Both are very passionate, engaging audiences focused on making their own worlds. I agree for sure. Oh my God, we haven't got any gifted subs in like over an hour. What are we going to do? Oh, gifted memberships. I don't know. I don't know how to say gifted memberships. I know how to say gifted subs. All right, cool, I just hadn't realized. I've 3D printed lots of things, filters, holders, and other stuff. Yeah, Rumbust has done a ton of 3D printing. The only downside is that I could probably collaborate with Rumbust on stuff, but the international shipping will both end up homeless. If we started like internationally shipping stuff back and forth, we would probably end up like not being able to pay our bills, and we'd live outside under a bridge after that. Half of the tank has gravel. That's it. Yeah, it makes sense. The only light is from some tanks standing around this one. No direct light. Yeah, I mean that's I personally do direct light into my Anubias tanks. One of the big reasons is I like to look in there. I like to look in there and stare at them, and I would like to do that. So I would definitely have light for that. Anubias, Doesn't need to be completely in the shade. It doesn't need to be like completely away from the light. You just don't want like a ton of light on it. You just want to turn that light down a little bit. My printer has just stopped. Not for the aquarium, but I don't know. Why did it stop? Why did you stop? Did you stop printing stuff? I don't know. Crafters are like crows. They are easily distracted. That's true. That's true. That's probably why my YouTube channel has a tie to blackbirds, right? Ravens and crows, they're cousins, right? I feel like ravens are even more distracted than crows are. I think easily distracted. That's Snoochie Booch, good dad. Took my son to fish his hunter education program, or I don't know how to read, sorry. Took my son to finish his hunter education program, and then we spent the weekend in the woods. What the? This M2 drive mount over here. Are you guys familiar with what a M.2 computer hard drive is? I've got like a mount here that I got to pull my M2 drives and then stick them onto here. And it's just like one of these little projects that is just floating over here, and it keeps falling over. Yeah. The printer was done printing a project. Oh, okay. All right, Rumbus got to go to bed. Thanks for gifting membership today, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it hard. Yeah. Yeah, Rumbus would be happy to collaborate, but almost on the opposite sides of the sphere doesn't make it easy. Yeah, the shipping would put us into the poorhouse. We'd lose our minds. Okay, so back to took my son to finish the hunter education program, and then we spent the weekend in the woods. Didn't fill any tags, but seen tons of animals. He learned a lot. Chose to do that instead of Portland. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think I would do the same thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably would have done the same thing if the opportunity was go to a small fish convention and drag my kid there, or take my kid and go do a thing that they're really into. Plus, just it's like hunting and camping, and I would be doing that. Realistically, I mean, if there's a possibility to do the hunting the next weekend and do both, I probably would. That's probably what I would push for, is just scheduling situation. But if it was this is the only weekend we can do it, that's generally what I would do. Yeah, there are a good amount of 3D printing YouTubers in Washington. I swear, every time I try to contact a YouTuber in Washington, it just never worked out for me. I don't know what the deal is. I have to wait for them to contact me or something. I don't know what the hell it is, but yeah, it's just been irritating. It's been irritating trying to collaborate with YouTubers, especially. I don't know, but yeah. Did it leap to its death? I don't think so. Erna Pickery's here. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Belgium. Had some bad news. Wicked cancer. Does that mean that you have cancer? What does that mean? If you got the cancer news, that is bad news. I'm very sorry to hear that. I am next door and print, but designing is tough. Yeah, designing is tough. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, went through that with my spouse before Victoria, and it's not easy. I would say these days it's definitely worth fighting, and the technology and treatments are so much more advanced than they were. Even going through like bilateral mastectomy and all that, and reconstruction and all that, like, you know, the outcome was pretty good. So fingers crossed that that your outcome is good and it's not the worst situation ever. But yeah, went through that for years, and it's certainly not easy. Hopefully you have a good support you got some support group people around you. If not, definitely go to some of the cancer support groups. You can definitely meet some good people there for sure. You know, I wasn't really like a believer in that, but you know, my stance on that has definitely changed over the last decade. Meeting people like that in meetings and stuff, it's definitely worthy. What did we do this last weekend? Oh yeah. We had to go meet with some friends who are about to have a baby. They're about to have a baby. They're gonna be geriatric parents like Vicky and I, super old. My lady is a cancer researcher, and they are always developing new treatments. There's some amazing studies running these days to look into. Yeah, there's actually just a lot of advancements are being made. Outcomes are much better than they used to be. So, just hoping for you to have access to that, and that it goes pretty well. Thingiverse has tons of aquarium products ready to print, from shrimp hides to planters and filter baffles. They use the Fuval Flex hood supports to hold it up for maintenance. Really? What is this? Thingiverse? Digital designs for physical objects. Oh my God. Do you have to pay for these? Do these cost money? Do these cost money, or can you just download it? Hexagon map by Penny the Cat is licensed under the Creative Commons. Huh. Is this free? Can you just go on here? Like, comment, post a make, watch, remix it, copy link, tip the designer. You could tip the designer. Can you just download all files? Please disable your ad blocker to download. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. Okay. So I think you can actually just download these for free. Is that what's up? Probably have to make an account, and then it's a little bit easier, I would guess. Am I going to make an account? Nope, they're free. Never lose hope. Yeah. Don't lose hope. Things can definitely get way better. That's all I'm saying. Just, it's not going to be easy, but I'm just saying from personal experience, you know, you can get through it. Yeah. You're so not old. You make my 55 years feel older every time you say it. Hey man, the doctors classified us as geriatric parents. Okay. So if you're mad, go talk to those doctors. I'm not giving names either. You'll have to figure it out. You have to roam the countryside until you run into the Dr. Man? Search Thingiverse. Let's go aquarium. Let's try an aquarium search. Well, let's take you guys with me. Here? There. Okay. So here's what we're looking at. Hopefully we don't get banned. Hopefully there's no bannable content on here. You know, like genitals or whatnot. If genitals pop up, I'm going to be very mad, guys. Okay? What is that? Can you 3D print? Is it just a wind, or is it an actual turbine? Oh, wait a minute. Runs on a bike. What do you call that? Hub? Wheel hub? Yeah. Jeez. It would help if my brain worked good, you know? Okay, so this is just... green energy, So yeah, recently somebody was asking me about video creation. Here it is. Somebody was asking me about a wind turbine that would actively creates power. So admittedly, you could build your own wind turbine. This one's $3.99 right now on Amazon. And this thing puts out some pretty serious wattage if you have wind. But that's the issue is like, do you have some wind? Are you in a windy area? Are you in eastern Washington? Because it's windy out there all the time. If you're in Kansas, it's windy all the time. So if you're in a windy area, that could be something that could power a bunch of things. Now, I don't know why I clicked on this specifically. It doesn't have anything to do with an aquarium. So let's go and see if we can't find an aquarium thing. Aquarium shrimp cave. Look at this. You can make your own little shrimp cave. There it is, 3D printed. Looks like multiple pieces, and then they kind of stuck them together. Okay. Okay, bruh. Yeah, I appreciate that. One of the big things I want to do is make wall mount pieces that can magnetically... You can insert your own magnets into it, and then stick it up, you know, so you get some elevation scape action, you know, with like a ledge underneath it. And then if you were really fancy, you could put some like waterproof LED run underneath the ledge, you know, so you could put some different lighting going on down there. But yeah, it's ultimately one of those like, well, at some point we could try to do that. If somebody could 3D print that for me, that would be great. That'd be great. Yeah, I'm not seeing that like anybody has done that, so it might be a thing that like nobody has done yet. This is kind of up the alley. This is sort of up the alley right here. Like if you were making these rocks with a flat back, like if you made the back part flat, you know, then you could drill out, or you could just 3D print where the magnets are going to go. That would work. Here it is in blue. And there it is stuck in a tank. All right. Yeah, something like that you could put flat and magnetically attach it to the back of the tank. So you wouldn't have to like stick it on there with silicone or anything. That's kind of what I've been thinking about as far as like a 3D printed project. But look at this. Look how useful this is. Yeah, I could go for some of these at some point. Some pipe holders, you know. Yeah, but no, that's a good looking site. Get some 3D printed stuff going on, dude. That'd rip. I'd be into it. But does it rip? You know. Pleco caves. Yeah, you can definitely make pleco caves for sure. Snoochie Booch is in remission. Had testicular cancer when I was 25, but doing great now. That's the question. Did you get a 3D printed a nudicle as it were? I don't know what they're called. It's a pretty good website. Oh my gosh, I wish I never buy or get a blue shrimp cave. Yeah, I mean you can print it whatever color you want, you know. And then obviously you can paint it, you know. You can paint it so it's fancy. You don't need an account on Thingiverse. I'm just saying I bet it's easier to download if you do have an account. Was kind of my thing. It was like, oh, I bet if you have an account, it's probably a little bit easier to deal with. I jumped into 3D printing last Christmas with a $311 printer, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I agree. Like I said, 3D printing is awesome. I just I'm afraid to get into it myself because it would become the next thing I'd just be obsessed with at all times. You know what I mean? API tube drying rack would be sweet. That actually would be sweet. Yeah, like a ledge to put all your API test tubes in that you could mount somewhere and have them over there, like out of the way and not in danger of having shattered tubes of shards of glass. Yeah. Not only would the tubes still be functional, you wouldn't have shards of glass all over the ground. Which I've had that before. Let's look through here real quick and see what we got. Oh, my buddy has new singles out. No, thrift shop. Oh, yeah. There's a tank stand sale, 50% off. Yeah, I don't know. What store is that? Is that Petco or PetSmart? PetSmart? I don't know. Stuff's for sale. Projects. I'm building some cabinets. Mikey's building some metal stands. Currently have Livingston. What does he go by? Livingston something? Yeah, Livingston Fabrications. He's building our stands for here. Those are ongoing. They'll be done at some point. Who knows when? Hey, who's here? I don't know. Somebody's out there with Vicky. Some lady. It's probably the neighbor. Probably the neighbor. Coming over doing neighbor stuff. One of my neighbors was a seamstress for 50 years, and she was patching some of my pants for me. $10 a pair. $10 a pair, so you can't get down on that. Why did this get all weird? Okay, there we go. Fix that. Of course, YouTube blocks my link. Of course. Yeah, you have to be a mod. You have to be a moderator to post links. It's a tank I would like to see. Let me see what we got here. Let's go here. I don't know if I can play it. Oh, whoops. Hold on, stop. Let's go like this. Add source. Video file. Where is it? Let's see if we can find it. It's in D footage. Okay, footage D. Like this video right here? I wonder if we can play it. Ooh, it's sketchy. It's playing sketchily. This video is playing sketchily. It's all super slow. Hey guys, don't tell anybody I took this footage. Don't tell anybody. I technically wasn't supposed to. This is cool though. This part right here. I wanted you guys to see this part right here. This is the part that's like intense. Yeah, the playback rate is like wicked slow. I'll say that. Yeah, just like flying over a cliff. This is what it's like to like fly over a cliff like this. I thought it was cool. But don't tell anybody I took that. I may or may not have taken this video. Because I may or may not get in trouble. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, the playback's like really bad on that, but it does make sense because it's not edited down. It's like it's raw. It's raw 4K. I don't know if I can tell you where that is because I wasn't supposed to fly there. I found out after the fact. So it wasn't intentional. It wasn't on purpose, guys. But I will be putting it in a video, and hopefully I don't get hopefully I don't get in trouble. I don't think I will, but hopefully it's a little worrisome right now at this point. Cereal, the meal that always gets eaten. Figuring out what to feed the kids. You think it's an easy decision, but dang, it's tough. It is tough. I think like we've gone with the kid that like we make dinner. Like we make dinner and then that's what she gets to eat. I don't know if that's the right way or the wrong way to do it, but we've been doing it that way. And there are often times where she is like, it's a struggle to get her to eat dinner. But we stuck to the 2 bites of everything. That seems to work fairly well. She hasn't starved to death. But realistically, like a while ago, Vicky was getting like super frustrated, like trying to figure out how to make dinner. So we started going with this, with like Blue Apron. So we order some meals for during the week from Blue Apron, and it sort of streamlines what you're doing at dinner time. Because I don't know about you guys, like when you have kids, the afternoon is a crunch. It is just this like crazy crunch time, because we get done work at 5. Got to pick up Olivia from daycare, come back here. It's already 5:30. You got to eat dinner by 6. You're like, you got a half an hour. Then 6:30, you're done eating dinner. Then it's bath time. Then you're goofing around at bath time for a while. All of a sudden, it's like 7:15, and Olivia's supposed to go to bed at 7:30 now because she won't take a nap anymore, which her old bedtime was 8:30, and that was a little bit easier to deal with. But her bedtime is supposed to be 7:30 now, and we just have to like fight her to get her into bed by 8, and that I don't know, man. That time of day is exhausting, and so the Blue Apron thing has helped because then Vicky can just like, oh, I'm making this thing tonight. She can like get it started. I can come and finish it, or I can cook it. And if she's gone to go get Olivia, like, so we've just been doing that, and it's kind of worked out. It's about $100 a week, so I don't like that very much, but I don't know. It's kind of what you got to do. I mean, we're gonna spend $100 a week if we go to the grocery store anyhow. So I don't really, I was opposed to it, but if it's making it easier for Vicky to just navigate her day to day, I feel like it's worth it. Yeah. Sarah Woodring says it's the no thank you bite. Do you want some X food? No thank you. Here, take one. No thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle with kids, and I don't know. Like it's its own special like exhaustion from the children, Yeah, I don't know. I've met people that are like, I have 12 kids, and I'm like, how? How did you even? By the way, like, how do you even get laid that often once you've had 10 kids, right? Like, how does that even? Like, where are you fitting that in? I don't know. I don't get it. That makes no sense to me. Having a good and bad situation. Hatched 2 different species of South American killifish for 6 to 8 weeks. Now I'm having fry of different sizes to sort and replace in containers and tanks. I'll fry all over the apartment. Yeah, that is a problem. That is a problem. That's for sure. Like, it's one of the things like why I don't really like breed fish. It becomes this project that you're constantly working on all the time, and I just don't have time for it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't. It's like it's this way too level of involvement, and then you start getting messes all over the place because you got these cups and containers, and I don't like it. You'd think they would have figured out what causes those little things after the first couple times. I'm just saying, like, if you have 7 kids, when do you have time? When do you have time? Like, and like, when is your wife like enthusiastic about it at that point? Like with like 7 or 8 kids, are they like, yeah? Like they're how are they excited? I mean, I understand how a dude is like, yeah, let's do it, but I don't understand how a lady would let that happen. Again, I don't know. I figure they'd shut it down. That's what I figure. But what do I know? Some people are just wild, I guess. For sure, it's a real struggle, especially when you have a picky eater. Yeah. It's rough. Okay. Well, we're coming up on about the 2-hour mark, and now we're talking about people reproducing. So I don't know. But Rebecca, thank you for gifted membership today. Rumbust, thank you for a gifted membership today. Very much appreciated. We got 6 new members. Did we hit the like button enough? I don't know. I have no freaking clue. Just to reiterate, like, I guess the reason I'm so behind the gifted membership thing is that it helps promote old content on the channel, kind of bring in some new blood, bring some people back to the channel. Yeah. Yes, it's hard to manage intimacy and parenthood. Agreed. 100%, Sarah. I don't understand how that works, but what do you want me to... I don't know what to do. If I had the answer, I would give it away for free. But I don't have it. But appreciate everybody. I will be back next week. I'm going to continue working on editing for the next hour, and then I got to send in my taxes for this tax stuff. It's great. I love taxes. It's my favorite thing. I love having to figure it all out for the government. It's a bummer. But anyhow, hopefully everybody has a fantastic week. And we'll just continue keep it on doing our thing around here. You know what I mean? Very much appreciate you guys. Oh my God, Sarah Woodring became a member. Oh, we got to stay until her membership runs out. The timer up there. There's a timer. We got to stay till the end of the timer, right? That's how people get me to stay on. That's how people can keep me streaming. It ends up being a member marathon, right? Membership marathon. Going to make bison burgers. Can't go wrong with a burger. That's true. We had burgers last night, though, because old Captain Bleeding Finger over there whacked her finger on the mandolin, and we had to go to the urgent care. We had to go to the urgent care, which was so far away. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how far we had to go, because we had to be in network, blah, blah, blah. The health insurance... Vicky works for health insurance, and it's broken. Like, just so stupid. Because the urgent care that's, like, near us in network is under construction, blah, 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 blah. And the other one, like, was not open for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't investigate. I don't have a reason for you. Maybe it was a broken sewer pipe or something. I don't know what the hell was going on, but they weren't open. So we had to go to the one way down the road, and the kid was meltdown. Olivia was just in meltdown mode. And we had to go get some cheeseburgers. It was like the only way to get her to food quickly from a place that, like, we knew what it was. Honest to goodness, we were all the way down in Bellevue, and every place in Bellevue is like spicy hot noodle wing fusion with cocktail bar, you know, and you're just like, this is not for kids. This is not kid-friendly stuff. It was not kid-friendly stuff, and it was a disaster. So, yeah. Sarah Woodring, sweet, give me a quick meatless dinner idea. The first thing that comes to mind is fried tofu. I love fried tofu, and Olivia loves fried tofu. We actually went to a Chinese restaurant the other day, a new place that is really run down, but you could tell it was, like, going to be good. A new place to us. It had been there for, like, 50 years. It felt like more of a, what do you call it? Like a kind of a, what do you call those? Like, it's not a cafeteria. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but, you know, sort of a more homegrown restaurant vibe. Been there for like 50 years, blah, blah, blah. So we went there. The food was fantastic. Now, Olivia was like, oh my God, there's tofu. And she found out that they had tofu. So the lady goes like, what do you want with tofu? And she's like, I want tofu. She's like, asks us like, she wants just tofu? And I'm like, yep. She will have like just a plate of tofu. Like she will just munch up some tofu like crazy. She goes like, oh, okay. Now, obviously not like a big giant dinner plate, of course. Not a giant dinner plate, of course. But, yeah. So needless to say, they took it back, they ordered back to the kitchen, and the kitchen sent out this mammoth plate of fried tofu, and you could tell that like this was fresh oil fried tofu. Like it didn't have any stank on it. That oil wasn't smoky or nothing, and it was just perfect. And now Olivia ate like 5 or 6 pieces of it. She loved it, but it was a giant plate. I brought it all home and I ate it at lunch for the last week for my work lunches. I just would take out like 10 pieces of tofu and like heat them up with my rice and stuff and eat that. So as far as like dinner goes, I'm almost always eating rice at dinner. So rice is going to be the side, and I'll build off of that. She says you're doing Indian tonight, chickpeas and tasty spices with rice. I would make that in a heartbeat. Like I would make Indian food. I would make, whatever curry, whatever Indian style food, something with sauce, chickpeas, that kind of stuff, and a vegetable for sure. Sometimes I make like curry chicken, but you could just easily substitute, like you said, chickpeas, or just more vegetables. Just a bunch more vegetables and just skip the chicken. Like you don't really need it. I was vegan for a really long time, so I never really went the course of like buying. I never really ran the course of buying, like processed vegan food, because I tried like processed cheese, that processed vegan cheese was not good. They're like fake chicken nuggets. It was like, if I'm eating fake chicken nuggets, why don't I just eat chicken nuggets, right? Like they're equally as bad for you. So like whatever, right? So I typically was like, I would eat like a normal meal just without meat. Like I would just substitute, pinto beans, chickpeas, any of that kind of stuff that has some protein in it to make up for sure. Rice cookers. I have a rice cooker. I fully endorse rice cookers. Rice cookers are the best way to go. I know all of my, I guess it's weird to say this, but like Asian friends or whatever will lose their minds that they go, a pot is all you need. And it's true. A pot and a lid is all you need. All you need is not necessarily the easiest thing for most people to deal with. But if you start to talk about a good, solid, badass rice cooker, you will always have rice ready with your meal without really worrying about it all that much. Now, you can buy a super cheap one. Like, I literally, I just scrolled past it. Where did it go? Where did it go? I had... What the hell? I scrolled past it. Where did it go? Where is it? This thing. I had a little rice cooker like this. Let me get you the link. Amazon links are sponsored, by the way. Blah, 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 blah. Did I lose my chat window? Oh, I closed it. It was over here. Chat is over here. I had like this rice cooker for like 4 years, and then I bought a different one, and I had that for like 5 years, and then eventually, Vicky, but we have like a big one now. We have a big, nice one, and you could do a whole bunch of other stuff in it. Like you want to throw something on simmer all day, you could do that. You could do all sorts of stuff. But you definitely need a good rice cooker, or you can have just a cheap, crappy one. Yeah. I try not to eat pasta. I eat rice all the time. I love rice. I love pasta too. Let's be honest here. I love pasta. But rice is my go-to. Vicky knows that. Potatoes is her go-to, and it's rough, dude. So I can't eat that much potato. I just don't. I'm not that enthusiastic about potatoes. I don't even get fries when I get a burger. I just don't. So I'm not a huge potato fan unless it is like obviously potato chips. Everybody loves potato chips. That's just universal. But like scallop potatoes are okay. I don't know. I guess I'm just not a huge potato guy. I guess potato soup. I'd eat lots of potatoes. I'll eat lots of potatoes in like soup form. If if it's rocking with some soup action, you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't have clam chowder without potatoes. I would be super pissed. But, you know, we love pasta's meal. Yeah. Thai for me over Indian for curries. Yeah, I can understand that. That's just kind of a back and forth, just different curry, you know. But if you're talking about tiki masala, like, that's the way to go. Oh, my God, we forgot to update our member number. Gosh, how could we have forgotten? You guys should have reminded me. 84. 84 members, guys. We're getting closer. We're climbing back to getting closer to 100. I think 108 was our record. I don't think we ever got over 108. Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. That's right. Potato. I like third dinner. Yeah, I have third dinner for sure. Yeah, we never got over 108 members, but we're getting closer. Yeah, speaking of the Hobbits, has anybody watched the new Hobbit show? I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet, but last night I watched this Everest. Aftershock? Is that what it was called?
My professor told me, come up with
Yes.
a project.
Okay. So it's this copy. It's this. I watched this last night. I tell you, man. Paste chat. There we go. Aftershock, Everest, and the Nepal earthquake. It's a little 3-part series, about 45 minutes an episode. And I gotta tell you, from you guys know how much I love like hiking and mountaineering and stuff, and man, I've never thought personally I would ever try to go up Everest. I've like looked into it so many times, and then I'm like, this just seems like so much. It seems like so much. It seems like so much. Really, is like what it boils down to. But the Aftershock, Everest, and the Nepal earthquake. I mean, it goes through Kathmandu, the Nepalese Valley. I forget the name of the valley there, and Everest, all at the same time. It goes through all three of those, and man, it was tough, dude. It was tough, but really well worth the watch. Really well. It was definitely worth. It was about 2 hours altogether. Yeah. I do have actual fish questions, but I'll save them for next stream. So, by the way, if you are a member, remember that you can go to our community tab on the YouTube page, right? So you go to my main YouTube page. There's a tab called the community tab. Where is my community tab? Here it is. Go to community tab. If you go to the community tab where I post things periodically, you can scroll down until you find the tab that says, if you are a member, join up to our Discord server today. I will refresh the link right now. Paste. Post. The post will still be there. The invite link expires for whatever reason after 7 days. It expires for multiple reasons, but yeah. So if you go over there, you can come over into the Discord chat. You can definitely post some stuff. You can definitely ask some questions. We could do that kind of stuff. And if there's stuff that you want to talk about or whatever, we can work on them over there. Yeah. So all right, guys. Well, hope you have a fantastic week. We ran through all of our little timer action there. Sarah Woodring is our newest member. Rebecca gifted 5. Thank you very much, Rebecca. And Rumbus gifted 1 today. So mad props to you guys for supporting the channel and doing all that you do and coming to chat and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully everybody has a fantastic week. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully the smoke clears out over here and we're able to have some fresh air for a little while. But I'll be back ASAP.